Guess who's back? Back again. Mikey's back.
Tell a friend.
Hey everybody, here with another video for you guys today. And today we're going to be finding out what is the greatest Lego Pirates faction. This is going to be a definitive list. We have facts and stats to back it all up.
Oh, loves your facts and stats.
But before I go any further, let me just say, if you like this video, any of the videos on the channel, please
like, comment, and subscribe.
And let's find out what the greatest Lego Pirates faction is after the intro coming in
now.
we're going to be talking about basically what's the greatest or what's the best. And we're coming up with definitive lists here for Lego Pirates. I'm not trying to throw any, shade at other content creators out there, but, I hear people say, this Lego ship is the best or that Lego pirate minifigure is the best. And as I said before, I've been in the Lego Pirates community for quite some time now. And I'll see some of these videos and I'll be like, well, that's just kind of your opinion, man. Like, I know I've had my finger on the pulse of what the pirate community is up to a little bit more. And it started, I did a video a few weeks back. It was the greatest Lego pirate ship of all time. And I named that video that kind of clickbaity on purpose. And I was actually nervous that I wasn't gonna, that I was at everything that I'm trying to solve, I was falling into those traps myself. And so I put a poll up to see if I was right, if the Lego pirate community agreed
had the same opinion,
because once you run a poll and in a group this size, as well known as Classic Pirates is, I mean, it's pretty definitive. It's hard to argue, I would say. And so this was the poll I put up, and this is taken right from the Facebook group. And you can see that the Barracuda Bay ship took down the Imperial flagship pretty handily. And so when I did that video and I said that is the greatest Lego pirate ship of all time, here is facts to back up my claim. So when I see another content creator out there say, well, this ship's the best and that ship's the best, I'd be like, no. Because, I mean, in all honesty, these are really the only two Lego pirate ships that you can really debate about which one is truly the best. Just because the building techniques that are used, and everything that's gone into those sets. I mean, nothing against the original Black Seas Barracuda, but the modern one, I mean, if they're both sitting in front of you and you say pick one and you can take it home for free, I
don't know about that, because I mean, people will take the older one just because they think it's the more expensive and it's the better one. That's the problem.
Well, if you keep the financials out of it.
Okay.
If you're just saying, here's two Lego sets, which one do you like better or think is better? The new one is gonna win. I'm sorry, it just is. It's the better overall set. And like I said, the Imperial flagship was really the only one that, after that ship came out, it had the throne. The Imperial flagship was the top dog. But like I said, I believe the Barracuda Bay ship has dethroned it, and the Barracuda Bay ship is now numero uno until Lego decides to dethrone it themselves. And so that was like the first little, poll I wanted to discuss. But Yapiro, who is in the chat, or hopefully he still is, and let's see, Thunderlogger says, 100% Barracuda is the best. The Imperial was the original OG until Barracuda arrived. The design of the Imperial was great at the time, but it has no natural shape. Yeah, there was I love the Imperial flagship, and there's certain things about the flagship that are better than the Barracuda base ship, but the Barracuda base ship it's more classic looking, it's more iconic looking, and like Thunderlogger is saying, there's building techniques and stuff that are involved in it that are superior than the techniques that are used in the flagship.
Well, and they have so many new parts.
Yeah.
That they're at their fingertips. They're not limited by the old parts.
But like I was saying, Yapiro, he's creating polls for the Eurobricks forum for classic pirates. To try to get more community engagement going on and everything. And so the polls that he creates, I am also putting in to the Facebook group to help, like I said, we're gonna define definitively here. We're gonna have stats and facts to back up what we're saying, what claims that we're making.
He loves his stats and facts.
See, let's he's already got next but we'll talk about that one next time. And here is the first one: favorite Lego Pirates faction. And the choices are Pirates, Islanders, Blue Coats, Red Coats, Armada, and other.
Ooh, that's a pretty big poll.
And I like this little graphic he came up with.
I think it's funny. It's his weekly poll, but every 2 weeks. That's cute.
Says, ahoy, me mates, captain, swashbucklers, and pirate ladies. This is a rhyme, and that parrot has rabies. Come close, take a seat, and let me ask you a question. Which one is your favorite Lego Pirates faction? Is it red or blue or none of that? Feel free to express yourself in the chat. Aww. With chat, I mean comments, and now cast your vote. Oh, Lego, do you hear us? We need a yellow coat.
I like your little poem. It's fun. Your little rhyme.
And on here, Pirates took the win. And I gotta say, I voted for Pirates as well. But I voted for Pirates because I enjoy building a pirate ship the most. I think that is the best Lego sets, period, ever to be made, are pirate ships. So for me, that's what carried my vote. But having said that, when it comes to land bases and forts, both the red and blue coats take it. And when it comes to minifigures, I prefer the red and blue coats. Now in this poll, red and blue coats tied, and then Armada, which I think are ugly. But Mr. Fez, he's a big fan of Armada, so and Islanders did surprisingly better than I thought they would. But let me see. And I also, here is the poll from the Facebook group. And Pirates took it here as well. And there was 164 votes in this poll. So it was pretty big. And the Blue Coats came in second place. So I would say we can definitively say the Blue Coats are number 2 behind the Pirates. And in this one, the Red Coats and Islanders tied, but the Red Coats won it on the other poll. So I'm going to give the number 3 spot to the Red Coats, and then Islanders 4th, and Armada's bringing up the rear, which is appropriate. So yeah, that's our little weekly or bi-weekly Classic Pirates update. So there's some definitive facts for you. So we know that Pirates is the #1 faction, and we know that the Barracuda Bay Black Seas Barracuda is #1.
The pirates have spoken.
And let's see. David Emperor says, I still love the original Black Seas Barracuda, but maybe that's nostalgia. It was an amazing ship for its time.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was doing that video, I'm not taking anything away from the original Black Seas Barracuda because, in my opinion, it's still the Black Seas Barracuda. It's just the new version of it. So it's when you say that the Black Seas Barracuda is numero uno, you're not wrong there. But there's been 3 different versions of the Black Seas Barracuda over the years. There was the original, and then there was basically an exact copy duplicate released in the early 2000s that didn't perform well at that time. I guess it wasn't nostalgic enough at that time. And then we have the new version. So the Black Seas Barracuda is #1. It's just there's 3 different variants on it, and I think that the newest one is the best. But there's, I guess we can have some disagreement there. Is okay. David Emperor says, I never liked the red coats for some reason. I actually, this is hard for me to say because the original red coats are such a direct copy of the original blue coats that it's to say that I prefer the original red coats just feels wrong since they're basically a direct copy of the blue coats. But having said that, growing up in America, the red coats are coming, they felt more like the appropriate faction to be going up against the pirates than the blue coats did, to my young mind. And so I always preferred the red coats. But having said that, the 2009 versions of the red coats are okay. They're not bad, but they're not nearly as good as the original ones, in my opinion. So, and then when I look at the blue coats, whether we talk about the original run, we talk about 2015 or the 2023 releases, the blue coats have always been stellar. Anytime we've gotten those. So if push comes to shove, I probably would have to go with the blue coats over the red coats. But still, having said that, the original run of red coats are still my absolute favorite. Yapiro says, am I the only one who voted for other because I like the civilians and traders the most? I didn't even think about civilians and traders. When I saw the other on the poll, I was like,
what are other?
Who are other? Pirates of the Caribbean, maybe?
Civilians and traders. Now you know.
Yapiro says, Islanders also did very well in the building contest. They sure did. I've never been a huge fan of the Islanders. They came out after I was already kind of out of Lego, and there hasn't really been, besides collectible minifigures, we haven't really seen them return a whole lot. So I've never really had the attachment to them. So I was quite surprised seeing how well they did as well. So yeah, I'm in agreement. And Thunderlogger says, I actually went with blue coats on that one just because as a kid I was desperate for a ship that could compete with the OG Barracuda. Yeah, I hear you. I think that's part of the reason why people love the Imperial flagship so much, is because that's truly the only ship that Lego has made that's not a pirate ship per se, but the pirates would have to respect and fear. Because, I mean, let's be honest, the original flagship versus the Barracuda, or the Caribbean Clipper versus the Barracuda, or versus the Skull Eye Schooner, they're not going to stand up well. They're going to die. David Emperor says, blue coats are beginning to appear on Bricks and Pieces. Yay! Yeah, I saw that they're slowly coming in, which is, that's pretty cool. Absolutely. So that concludes my little update on what's going on in Pirate Land.
Pirate Land update.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, we got merch store. If you want to take a little piece of the show with you, you can get it right here. We got everything. You want some Mikey J stuff? We got the Mikey J Productions for you. So take a chance and stop by. We'll take care of you.